Enjoy this free preview from MyOutdoorTV. With the largest library of outdoor shows, we're the home of the adventurous, the champions, the legends. MyOutdoorTV. Try us free.
Jared Lurk and I are headed up to our favorite place in all the land, Alberta, Canada, with Corey and Tyler Jarvis. Bit of a different show this year, if you will. Wade and I are in Alberta with Corey. Taylor is in her own backyard in Utah.
We have been waiting for this since it ended last year.
Her guide is going to be her husband, Austin. Josh is out there producing it, and we've got our fingers crossed that that trio can get it done out there in the beautiful state of Utah.
Beautiful scenery, big deer, great friends, great people, and I can't wait to see how this trip unfolds.
2 types of wind directions, 2 separate terrains, and 1 main objective, big mule deer bucks.
What did we learn?
We need more wind.
That's honestly most important, that that wind kicks up.
The herd now burden. Old Corey Jarvis, he's in Wade and Jared's corner.
Here we go, season 16 of Matthews Archery and Drury Outdoors, Bow Madness.
This season, I'm kicking my season off. It's different, it's mule deer. Up at Wild Country again, so we're back. Last year, we were in the elk woods, just had an epic hunt. And this year we are going to be after mule deer. They're in full velvet, so they're absolutely beautiful. And obviously I got the Matthews Prima on hand. I've worked really hard this summer just on accuracy, trying to get my groups as consistent as I can and shooting further. It feels absolutely beautiful right now. We're in short sleeves. Hunt starts tomorrow, early in the morning. We are gonna go spend the evening somewhere pretty, probably up top on a ridge. We're gonna do some scouting. Let's go.
Day number 1, morning number 1 of my Utah mule deer hunt. The anticipation is high, and off we went. And Austin was like, all right, we are going to a high point where we can see a lot of ground.
So we've gotten a bunch of rain this summer and everything's been really green, but the last week or so it's finally starting to dry up. So they're going from, they've been eating all the forbs and different things low on the ground, to now they're kind of transitioning all these sarvice berries, the bitter brush, the buck brush, snowberries. They're starting to transition to that, to where they're browsing a little higher. All that stuff is starting to ripen and the fruits are starting to come off of that.
All right, day number 2. We are back to our spot that we were at yesterday morning on that high point. We had the loopholes out, all 3 of us, and Austin spotted a buck that he has been watching all summer long, has a ton of velvet footage of him, and Austin said, hey, it's time to switch positions. Let's actually go get a little bit higher and a different view from him and see if we can watch him go to bed and then make a play.
He's bedded down underneath that sarvice berry.
Yeah.
And it looks like the wind, when we did the wind,
Ooh.
it's just kind of settled right now, so we just need it to pick up. It's supposedly gonna go at like 1 o'clock. It's supposed to pick up west-northwest, which will be blowing like this direction.
Okay.
See these trails right through here? We can get on some of these trails and maybe get into the shade of these sarvice berries. This one's 25, this one's 32.
Well, we have a plan set in place. So we got eyes on this buck. He's bedded, per Austin, he's bedded in a really solid spot. So
Let's get that wind rolling.
that's honestly most important, that that wind kicks up. So it's at least in our face and we got some noise and some movement going on.
We're hoping that with this forecast we've been handed, you know, it's on Mother Nature, but we're dealing with no wind and really, really warm temperatures. So we're trying to get over towards WB where he bedded as quickly as we can, and just hope that by the time we stalk all the way in there that he has stayed under that same sarvice berry tree.
That was an incredible stalk. I mean,
low. I mean, we made our plan. The wind picked up, started low, we stalked all the way up, got into here. It was awesome, but unfortunately, by the time that we saw the tips of his antlers, he was 27. And we were just about to crouch down, and he had to pick us up or something. We didn't realize we were that close.
This segment presented by Hawk Hunting Blinds and Accessories. Hunt from above. Save time and money prepping your plots with exact dimensions of your field layout with DeerCast plot and area measurement tools. Get ahead of your game with DeerCast. Bow Madness is brought to you by DeerCast, Mossy Oak Camo, Rage Broadheads, Reconyx Game Cameras, Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's, Rogue Ridge E-Bikes, Muddy Outdoors, Scentlock Technologies, Analogics Outdoors, and presented by Matthews, elevating the archery experience.
A common theme that's developing over this episode is that we did not have the wind. I talked about it earlier. We're looking ahead at the forecast. We knew this going into it, but after encounter of getting close but not being able to close that last 15 to 20 yards to get Taylor's bow shot, you start to see the importance of this.
So we're fighting no wind there in Utah, just wishing that we'd get any type of speed. And Wade and Jared had arrived in Alberta for their hunt.
Corey, we're coming for you, big guy.
We're gonna do a little bit of a different route this year. You know, Jared's getting a little bit older, so we're gonna take the scenic route, if you will. And we literally drove from the bottom side of Montana all the way north, across the border at Sweetgrass, and into Canada, about 3 hours to meet up with Corey.
We made it. Long time no see, buddy. Another trip up north, eh? God, I missed you. Hey, Wade.
How's it going, Corey? How you doing?
See ya.
You too. Really, preparation is the key. Practice makes perfect, and we practiced all summer at long distances.
We literally just got here and we got the Matthews out of the cases, put the release aids on, shoot at 20, 40, 50, 60. And we're hitting right where we need to. Got a 15-mile-an-hour crosswind, a winch to the right, so we'll take it. Shoot, 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 and shoot some more. Punters punt, kickers kick, quarterbacks throw, archers should shoot daily.
September the 1st. Hopefully it's a September to remember. We've got a 15-mile-an-hour southwest wind. Wind makes all the difference with these muleys. So we're gonna try to take advantage of the wind, find one early, stick to him like glue, figure out if he'll bed in a good spot, and then make a stalk on him.
We did a lot of using the Tacticam scope and scope mount and finder to film the mule deer at great distances, get them bedded, and then come up with a plan and execute said plan.
Got the Tacticam viewer on our spotter. The wind we needed today is here. These deer are bedded, not in a stalkable spot right now, but we're gonna stick to them like glue today and see if we can make a play on them.
We see this mule deer, we spot him, we bed him, and I told Corey, just get me to 50.
First stalk of the 2022 season, super excited. Wind is perfect, right? It's in our face, 25 miles an hour. Deer bedded on this side hill. We're gonna try to get somewhere between 40 and 50. I've made that windy 50-yard shot before as I'm going on my first stalk since 2016 and trying to remember all the things we've learned and see if I can employ it in this first stalk. So we're on our way to them, and another group joined them, got them up from where they were, and now they're several hundred yards further away, not bedded.
This segment presented by HHA Sports. Range, dial, shoot.
You can kill a mule deer when there's no wind, but it is infinitely, exponentially harder to do than when there is wind.
Often when you have variable winds, especially in mountain country, you gotta spend that time behind your Leopolds, be patient, bed those deer down, and then you can use DeerCast to time your stalk.
Use your DeerCast app, figure out what days it's gonna be windy and what the wind speed and strength and direction are, and then use that to your advantage.
It does go hour to hour, and you can watch how that scent cone moves throughout the day. So it's important to know not only what the wind is doing right now, but what the wind will be doing as you're setting on that deer.
You've got Wade and Jared with decent wind speeds, and that allows them to hide their movement, not only audibly, but visually as well, to get in there and get in position for a stalk.
It's often windy when you're mule deer hunting, and when you're using the stick and string, you've got to utilize the wind. And when you're in that 45 to 60 range, he stands up and gives you a good shot. It's all she writes.
Turn into it.
Oh man, we got to within 50 in this wide open prairie, and I hit him a little back. I don't know exactly where back. We're going to review the footage, compare and contrast it to DeerCast track, and figure out a plan. You've got to employ the right tactics to make sure then we recover that deer that we hit. Forgive my not great shooting, and we're going to recover this deer. All right, we reviewed the footage, consulted DeerCast track, gave it an hour. We're fairly certain because of the onside hit, he's dead. We're just going to follow the blood trail here and should go hopefully right to him.
Blood. You see that?
Corey.
I think that's him right there.
Antler tips. Ha ha! Waiter.
Oh yeah.
Corey.
That one might surprise us.
They always do.
Congratulations.
Dude, that's awesome. Nice job.
Wow. Yeah, he didn't go nowhere, literally just over the hump.
Yeah.
Right where I lost him.
Congratulations, Jared. Awesome buck. Opening day, we had the wind, we had the weather, and we had DeerCast saying great, and indeed it was.
Hallelujah. There's a big muley, big velvet muley at the end of that blood trail.
Mule deer madness at its finest. And what we've learned over the last 15 plus years hunting with Corey are quite a few things. The tactics we employed in this hunt were, again, simple, but you have to execute them. You've got to have the right guide. Corey's got the biggest mule deer literally in the Milky Way galaxy. You got to have the right gear. You've got to have a bow and arrow and setup and situation that we've got from Matthews that'll kill a deer at 50, 60 yards. We had a 15 to 20 mile an hour wind today, and we feel like the magic circle on these mule deer are 45 to 60 yards. And we got to 50 yards of this bedded muley, and he stood up, Wade's on him beautifully, I draw back, the arrow finds its mark, he doesn't go 300 yards and piled up here, and we couldn't be happier hunters. Opening day, September 1st, 2022, you've got to love it.
Jared up there in Alberta, one of our favorite spots on earth, getting it done. He waited for that windy day and it worked. Contrast that with the trouble that they were having in Utah, getting close to an animal, no wind to cover that sound. Drastic difference between tactics because Mother Nature was playing along in one case. In another case, she made it really, really tough.
Well, day 2 up here in Alberta with 3 Rivers Adventures. Myself and Jared. Yesterday, his refresher course did not take long. Hopefully today's as good as it was yesterday for Jared. I'm excited. We've been seeing a lot of great bucks. We're gonna get the spotters out. Hopefully we can get on the target here this morning. Here in the middle of the trip, we're experiencing the same thing that Taylor and Austin are out there in Utah. I've been practicing all summer out there at 60, 70, 80 yards, just making sure that if we do indeed get a light wind day like we got last year, I can make that little bit further shot.
So we got 2 bucks bedded in that green pond bed over my shoulder. They're only about 350 yards per DeerCast maps. I brought out the stockings, if you will, because we don't have wind speed, so we're gonna have to be even that much more quiet.
Which one, Wade? Okay, on. Broke our own rule. Impatient.
Yeah.
Should have stayed back.
Yeah.
Too close. 15 yards, way too close. I don't like to break 35. Just they were in a weird spot. We couldn't stay back that far and really have a shot. So they were bedded on the other side of this berm right here. And we kind of pushed our luck and failed. What did we learn?
We need more wind. And not to get as close.
Once again, Corey gets us on, and unfortunately we're dealing with the same conditions that Taylor is out in Utah. Lighter wind speeds, harder to get in tight, also lack of noise cover, and it just seems like stalk after stalk, it's just not coming together for us.
We had steady wind the whole stalk in. We could literally get to like 55, 50 yards. Just stops, no wind.
Hoping as I come into this lane, cross it to go to South Alpha. Already got a shot down this lane. He was thinking otherwise.
We got 2 days left up here in Alberta. We're taking her down to the wire.
I think they just caught our wind. Our wind's been going almost, we've been barely crosswinding them.
That's all you can do. Yeah, we had to give it a shot.
No, Mary.
If we're dark. Is what it is.
Come on.
Can go wrong, will go wrong.
This segment presented by Morel Targets. Hunting starts here. Bow Madness is brought to you by Deercast, Mossy Oak Camo, Rage Broadheads, Reconyx Game Cameras, Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's, Rogue Ridge E-Bikes, Muddy Outdoors, Scentlock Technologies, Analogics Outdoors, and presented by Matthews, elevating the archery experience.
Well, here we go. It's the final day up here in Alberta. We're back down to no wind, but we was able to get in on them a few days ago with no wind. It just takes a lot more time, a lot more effort. I did it last year on the very last day, so I have high hopes for this year again.
Day 6, here we are. I'm up to bat, and we find this awesome buck, giant frame. We knew with where his position was, he's now our #1 target.
That buck we were on last night that we tried to make a quick stalk on. He's up here in a little bit better spot today, so we're gonna give it a shot. We got a little bit of wind, probably 8 mile an hour or so. It's supposed to kick up here any minute, so we're gonna start easing up this hill.
With multiple people trying to sneak in on these mule deer on these light windy days, it's making it nearly impossible. Our wind is starting to increase on wind check. Now we're gonna make our move.
I mean, might as well make ground.
I knew that all that practice all summer long was going to come in play right now. Tyler guides us right in, over the top. You know, we butt slide, we crawl, we get within my effective bow range. Now we just need him to stand up.
Oh, man. Oh, and having a perfect shot. We just got it done.
We slipped within the distance. Wade hit that sucker right in the heart. It didn't go 50 yards, died on film. Congratulations, Wade Robinson. Way to cap off an epic trip here in southern Alberta.
Here we go. We know exactly where he's at. We watched him fall on film. He ain't that far, and it's all downhill. Man, what a hunt. Wow. Look at the frame on that guy. Blood. Jeez. Nice, buddy. Thank you both so much. Just awesome. What an unbelievable ending to Jared and I's trip up here in southern Alberta with 3 Rivers Adventures. And this guy's 6.5, 7.5-year-old buck that Tyler's been chasing the last couple years. The thing that was so rewarding with this buck is, you know, just getting in on him. We don't have a whole lot of wind today, but whenever we got a little bit more wind, we'll push it into 40 yards. But without wind, you know, you got to stay back there at 55, 65 yards. And this guy gave me a 60-yard shot. Matthews hit home, and just couldn't be happier to wrap my tag around this beautiful southern Alberta mule deer.
What a way to wrap up this trip. We battled the wind, and we were able to get it done up here with 3 Rivers Adventures once again. 2 bucks, 6 days, an unbelievable time. Now it's time for Jared and I to get in that car and travel south.
This segment presented by Victory Archery, the carbon arrow experts.
Another successful trip up there to Alberta. Congratulations to both Jared and Wade. They used the wind to their advantage, and they finally got it done on 2 giant muleys up there with Corey.
Bow Madness, Alberta Province, 3 Rivers Adventures. You've got to love it.